You are now listening to the Art of Winning show with your host and co-host, Eddie Truck Gordon and Miyoko Taylor, two best-selling authors. Eddie Truck Gordon is New York Emmy award-winning fighter, UFC Ultimate Fighter champion. Miyoko Taylor is a celebrity personal development coach and thought leader. Both have mastered the art of winning. It's never too late to tap into your amazing, and remember, success has no age limit.
What's going on? It's your boy Eddie Truck Gordon, and we are here with an amazing episode of the Art of Winning show. I am always here with my co-host, the one, the only Mr. Amazing himself, Miyoko Taylor. What's going on today, Yoko?
What's up, everybody? We are back once again. I'm good, man. I'm good. Not enjoying all this rain, but
I know, man. It's like Noah's Ark going on over here. I'm excited for a different reason today. I'm excited because it feels like the old days. It's me, man. Mano y mano. We got just Miyoko and Truck, Tango and Cash.
Yes, sir.
And it's funny because it's always great to see where you are and where you've come from. And we've come a long way in a short period of time. I am blown away by how many listeners, how many viewers we're getting on the show. So guys, please continue to leave us feedback. Make sure you like, subscribe, because you listeners are what makes this tick. When you guys with me and tell me how powerful and uplifting this podcast is, it's emotional. It makes me also want to keep doing more and more and more and keep getting amazing guests. But we always got to come back to the roots, the one and
back to the roots, man.
Everyone Cash combo. So, you made a great point. You brought this up. You want to touch on something special that I posted, because sometimes I go into my little rants, but I posted something talking about your failures, and I said I got adult ADD. I almost forgot already, but our failures, set us up for our next success. So our biggest failures that we encounter delivers some of the most successful moments that we will ever have in our life.
You got it.
And this hits home for me on so many different levels, because when I was failing in life, I didn't realize that this was only setting me up for something better. And most of us, we don't understand what we're going through when we're going through it. But at that moment, when you get that aha moment, like that bulb goes off, you said, that's why I suffered. That's why I struggled. This is why I didn't have anything handed to me, because it's only preparing me for the greatness that's going to come and rise, from the surface. It's innate in me. I'm almost emotional and choked up just talking about it. I get fired up because people don't understand failures. People don't understand hardship. We're in this sad, sick society where we're getting weak, man. And I'll be the one to tell you, we're getting weak because we're not challenging ourselves. We're not challenging our youth. We're not challenging anything. We're just allowing people to make excuses. We're allowing people to safeguard their kids from falling. Think about this for a second, because my crazy kids, they're running around all style. I can't believe we have a quiet moment. Usually I gotta mute my screen so you don't hear them screaming. But as a child, they're fearless, right? Kids run around, they do all types of crazy things, and they live with no fear. They're not afraid to fall, afraid to fail. Because think about a baby. How many times that baby drops and falls and gets boo-boos and bumps? We don't ever say, oh, no, that's it. Can't walk. You're never going to be able to walk. That baby grows and learns how to overcome that. And why as an adult, we don't live that same mentality? Let's fail our way to success. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I just got to comment on what you say, because you know how we do, man. We bounce off one another. So I think one of the biggest reasons, as a child, their focus is on new experiences instead of the fear. As adults, we focus on the fear instead of the new experience. So it's almost like we have to go back to that particular mindset and really understanding what failure is. Failure are learning experiences. It's learning. It's part of a process. And until you understand that this is something that has to happen, you can't avoid it. It's going to happen. And what happens is people spend so much time avoiding failure, they end up failing in the wrong way, shape, or form, because you've avoided all the things you need to do. You avoided the process, and then you end up failing. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So it's just like, see, I told you I was going to fail. No, you failed because you didn't allow the process to take place. There's learning in failure. I've learned a lot of the things in my life because of failing or disappointments or setbacks. There's so much knowledge in that, and people need to realize that, man.
I love it. I love it. No, you're so spot on. And I am super excited. I just got breaking news from our editor. They just reached out and told us that Anchor, our main platform host, is going to be featured in this podcast.
Nice. All right.
But this actually hits home, Yoko, because when we first started this on Anchor over the phone, like, we didn't have a producer, we didn't have an editor, we didn't have a team, we had nothing.
Right.
We were struggling to upload these videos to Anchor, upload these podcasts, these audios, these recordings, and now just to see where we've come, that the actual platform is going to highlight our podcast, it's blown away.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We want to thank you, the listener.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Because you're liking, you're subscribing, you're commenting, you're giving input, they're seeing, the potential of this show. And just to hear it, not from just our guests, not just from our family members, our loved ones, this is just awesome, man. This goes right in line with what we just said, Yoko. When we started this, you had opportunity to do podcasts, but you was like, it wasn't the right moment. I had opportunity to do podcasts, and I was like, I don't know. I was afraid of what if nobody listens? What if I don't know how to do this? What if I don't know how to put this together, that together? I was literally limiting myself with silly fears of failing. But guess what? We failed our way to right now.
Right. And so I gotta admit something, man. Even one of the reasons why I probably didn't do my podcast, I mean, I had some level of fear because I saw so many other people, and I really want this to hit home to our listeners. I saw so many other people talking about hustling and grinding and success and all these different things. And I had to take a step back and say, where do I fit in this? And when I really figured out, okay, success is an inside job. Success is buried underneath the surface. I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I want it to be unique. So when me and Truck connected, when he started talking about some of the things he wanted to do, the question was, you know what? I don't really see a duo or two people really offering that insight to an audience. And we have the same similar mindset when it comes to success, but we come from different journeys of it. And I thought it was something very valuable that we can add to the audience. And Truck was right. I mean, when we started out, man, we were cell phone to cell phone. I mean, things were breaking up. I mean, we had we had pieces of episodes that were chopped up, and Truck is just like, just put it out there. Put it out there anyway. Just keep doing it. And like, I want to say to you, man, like, straight up, like, I love you as a brother, like, straight up, like 100% on the air. Everybody listen to that. Like, I can honestly say that, very genuine. And one of the things that really stuck out to me that you said that you don't know that really impacted my life was, don't worry about getting it perfect. Just do it. And when you first said that, I'm like, this guy is nuts. Like, wait a second. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be good. Do you hear everybody else's podcast? And he was just like, just put it out there. And to make a long story short, we're being promoted on the podcast that we're on, the platform that our podcast is on. And I say that to say this. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing. Stop worrying about if you're going to fail, you will fail. But that's going to give you so much valuable advice and insight on what to improve on, and just do it. Just like Truck told me, just do it and be consistent at it. And you'll get to the point where, you have editors and you have people and you build a team, because greatness wants to be around greatness. Yes. People that are doing great things. So it's going to come.
You are touching on so many beautiful, positive points, man. And something that resonates with what you even just said, man, just hearing feedback from random people. Like, I literally was just talking to one of my clients yesterday, and I'm telling you, I wish I should have recorded this, but she said, I don't even like those things. I don't listen to those things because they're all boring, it's cookie cutter. And she's like, for whatever reason, you posted a crazy post on your Facebook talking about, I can't believe what I effing said. Because everybody knows I never really cursed.
That got somebody, huh?
So literally she clicked on that and she said, I had to listen to it. And she's like, oh my God, I was blown away by the episode. She's like, I subscribed. I got to start listening every day because it was genuine. It was real.
Wow.
It was like I was having a conversation with you on the phone. And I was like, that was the most powerful thing that somebody could say to me, because I was literally cheesing. She couldn't see the smile that I had on my face when she said that, because that's what we want to stand for, man. We want to stand for being genuine, being real, and just having a conversation. I don't know about you, but there's some podcasts that everybody raves about, and when I try to listen to it, I feel like I'm being force-fed some of the same hoopla. I want to hear it. Natural, organic conversation. Let your hair down. Have your kids jumping off the couch. I want to see those kids. I feel at home. It's like controlled chaos. I want to hear the dog barking. I want to hear the noise. It's real. I want it to be almost like on your headphones, and you're a part of our lives. That's what winning's about. That's what the Art of Winning show is about. Everybody's wins are going to be a little bit different, and people need to stop. Please do me a favor, any one of you listeners right now, please stop judging and comparing your life to the next man or woman's life, because you just don't know what they've been through, and it might seem like it's glitz and glamour, but it could be mud, uck, and gunk there. Just build your foundation of happiness and live upon it. That's what
absolutely. I mean, and this is we're not telling you anything that we're not doing ourselves. Those of you who've been following us from the very beginning, you remember how those first podcasts sound. This is before we had artwork. remember, Chuck, we didn't have any artwork, man. I mean, but we were
no artwork, no nothing. We came from, we generally, honestly, this is we came from the bottom, and we just literally learned. I remember hearing all these different, preludes and interludes. We had no introduction. We had nothing. It was just raw. I love it. And you know what? And just honestly having this episode brought me back to when I couldn't even see you when we were doing these.
Yeah, that's right, man.
We used to be on the phone. I didn't know when you were trying to get in. I couldn't get your vibe. I couldn't get the feel of it. It was just straight from the phone. It was just like, oh man, I hope he's smiling. Did I make him laugh? I'm like, I hope he didn't take me seriously.
Oh, I'm still there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you have to wait till it clicked, if it was recording, crazy stuff. And you don't understand this. People feed off the energy and vibes. But most importantly, being free is about being authentic. And that's what it's about, man. It doesn't matter what struggles you've been through, what situations that life threw you. You have the opportunity to rise above it, man. So that's what it's about today, man. All you listeners listening today, you guys have to like, share, subscribe. Yes. That's the only way that we're going to be able to know. We don't have any crazy track software that we're going to hunt you down and spam you and all that stuff. So please inbox us, DM us, social media, all that stuff. We got to start giving our links out more too, Yoko.
Yeah.
Obviously, mine, I try to keep it simple. I'm a simple man, black V-neck. We're the Black V-neck crew, Tango and Cash. We're going to come out on Tango and Cash, Black V-necks. So,
V-necks.
So literally, it's at Truck MMA _UFC. That's it. Easy and simple. Truck MMA _UFC. And Yoko, where could our beautiful...
it's at Miyoko Taylor. That's M as in Mary, EIYOKO TAYLOR. That's on Twitter. That's on Instagram. Before we get out of here, though, I wanted to make a very important point, because you were talking about failure and being authentic, and this just really came to my mind as you were talking about this. One of the most harmful things about failure is most people are not really worried about the act of failure themselves. They're worried about what everybody else thinks of them.
Yes.
That's what gives failure its power. When you worry about what everybody else thinks, that's what gives failure its power, man. Seriously, me and Truck, I can honestly say, dude, I don't care about what anybody says or what anybody thinks. I literally don't care. So it's just when you're operating in that space and you become authentic, now failure doesn't scare you. You understand failure is part of the process. You're worried too much about what your mom is thinking, what your dad is thinking, what your husband is thinking, what your wife is thinking, what your environment is thinking. Stop caring, because at the end of the day, Your life is about you and what you make of it. So when you stop giving the power of failure to what you're worried about, what other people think or say, and really start to be authentic, your life will instantly transform. I promise you.
I love it. I love it. And this is it. I'm going to issue the challenge because you know
let's do it.
That's the challenge. You got me pumped up because what you said, Miyoko, is spot on. And this is a challenge, listeners. So listen up, get your pen, get your pad, get ready to jot this down. I need you to do me this. This is a challenge. When you wake up in the morning, forget wake up in the morning, right now, wherever, whatever time it is that you might be listening to this, get a pen, and I want you to write on a piece of paper, fear is a liar. Write down, fear is a liar, and I want you to say that 3 times. And every morning you wake up, I just want you to just play that back into your mind. I want you to just say it, and I don't care if the kids are sleeping, because my son is sleeping. I want you to just scream it from your soul to your vocal cords, to your mind. Let it resonate throughout your whole entire body. Fear is a liar. And I'm going to leave you with this. That's the challenge. Simple. Fear is a liar. I heard this from Will Smith. I think this guy is amazing. I don't think he even realizes what he do, the power of his voice. And he said this. He sat there, he went jumping out of an airplane. And he was dreading it the night before. Couldn't sleep. And when he got on that plane, to make a long story short, the guy said, 1, we're gonna jump at 3, 1, 2, pushed him at 2, because most people hold on at 3, pushed him at 2. And he was petrified. When he fell out that airplane, a perfectly good airplane that worked, and he was floating, after a couple seconds, it was bliss. It was bliss. And he could not understand why he was fearing something a day before, at breakfast, couldn't sleep, putting all that fear on himself. And that's because fear is a liar. On the other side of fear is success and bliss. So ladies and gentlemen, get over yourself, get out your way, get past fear. Easier said than done, but just remember this, there's bliss on the other side of fear. So get up and make it happen. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this special edition, throwback. What do you got for these beautiful fans, Yoko? What are we going to leave them with today?
Man. We're going to leave it at that. I think you closed it out perfectly. Love each and every one of you guys. Continue to share, like, offer insight, post any questions. We're here for you. We are a representation of you and authenticity and what it's like to be real and win in life. Not just business, but in life. So take it easy, everybody.
Love you guys. Hey, Anchor, thank you for doing what you do, man.
Yes, Anchor, thank you so much. We cannot forget to thank Anchor. So all you guys and gals are great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Have a great day.